the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in the front of the Bentley, in front of the driver.
Everyone, this is Bruno, and I'm here to bring you guys a new tutorial. It's how to get vocal quality like Young Thug in his song Hot featuring Gunna. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you're old to the channel, stay subscribed, because I'm going to show you guys some more cool stuff. Make sure to thumbs up the video and also comment later on whatever vocal tutorial you want to see. So we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it. On the master, I'm going to turn off all the effects we have right here, which is just a convolver and the fruity soft clipper. What we're going to work with is the lead vocal. So I'm going to turn off all these effects and right click and just solo. And let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to work over here with the lead vocal first before we get with the ad-libs. So first thing we have is Auto-Tune VST by Antares. My version is pretty old. For you guys who have any recent version, all you really need to know is that the key is E flat and the scale is major. Put the input type on low male voice, and the retune speed, you can keep it around 10 or less. It really just depends on your voice and how much it needs to be corrected. So this is what it sounds like with the auto-tune.
I took the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in front of the Bentley, in front of the driver. I managed that a weed you can't smoke in the Rolls Royce. I still double cupped and I'm drinking, I shoot off your tires.
Alright, so if you don't have that, I have you guys on the backup, which you can get my vocals in the folder on bluenovabeats.com. So this is what you can use. You can use Picture in the FL Studio. All you have to do is set the key to D sharp and then the scale on major. The speed, I kept it around a little bit, really just around medium. You don't want to have it too excessive. So this is what it sounds like with Picture.
I took the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in front of the Bentley, in front of the driver.
Now that we have that, we're going to move on to the compressor. So you want to load in a fruity limiter, go to the compressor. Once you click on that, get your release, bring it straight down to the middle. I keep mine at around 84.26. It's really just not an exact number, but around the middle. I don't want my release to be too high. With the head, put it down to about 0.48 milliseconds. And with the ratio, I turned it all the way to the right, and the knee all the way to the right. Now with the threshold, I bring my threshold down to where it's chipping off the peak of the vocal so that it's gonna have a consistent sound. So this is what it sounds like with the compressor.
I took the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in front of the Bentley, in front of the driver.
After that, we're gonna have a fruity parametric EQ2. Now what this is gonna do is we're rolling off a lot of the bad frequencies and boosting some of the high frequency. So just not to kill so much time, because there are quite few effects that we have to go through. As far as the low end, I wrote off around 63, did some cutting where it was really boxy and nasally, so around 184 right here in 200 region. I did some dipping in around the 368 and also a little bit in the 500. Now most of the time whenever I EQ vocals, I don't usually cut anywhere above 500 to 600 sometimes, but right here I cut in the 1K region because some of that frequency still needed to be cut. I feel like there was some excess frequencies that Young Thug has in his vocals that needed to be chipped off. So that's the reason why I did that. This is what it sounds like with the EQ.
I took the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in front of the Bentley, in front of the driver.
So now that you hear the vocals sound pretty thin, but work with me because we're gonna get those vocals to sound good again. Now the next thing we have is gonna be a fruity limiter. What the fruity limiter is gonna do, we're gonna bring up the gain and also drop down the ceiling. So first what you wanna do is bring your release all the way down to 0, so we can have the natural sound of the vocals still coming through. Bring your ceiling down, bring the ceiling down to -3 and just boost the gain up to it's hitting the ceiling.
I took the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in front of the Bentley, in front of the driver.
So you can see the vocals are really smashing against the ceiling, and it's actually making it very full, but really just consistent. And that's fine. A lot of people might question this, but this is actually very fine because later on we're gonna take care of some of the sibilance that's crashing through in the ceiling. So this was gonna be with the de-esser. With the de-esser, you can use Maximus, which I've included inside the folder too. So you guys, I got you on the backup. Once you load in Maximus, you can go to presets, go to de-esser split band, and this is gonna bring up this preset. All you have to do is bring down the bands until it's around this level. This is what's gonna sound like with the de-esser.
I took the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in front of the Bentley, in front of the driver.
So, after that, we're actually gonna use the de-esser stereo by Waves. So, like I said, Maximus was just used as a backup. With the de-esser by Waves, these are the settings you're gonna have. The frequency is gonna be at 5,506. Make sure your sidechain is selected on high pass, and just bring your threshold down to where it's chipping off those high harsh sibilants.
I took the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in front of the Bentley, in front of the driver.
Now after that, we're actually gonna have a fruity reverb. There's actually two reverbs that I added in here because I noticed that there was a high presence reverb in it, and there was also one that's kind of very full and wide. So this first one's gonna give it that high end reverb. So this was gonna sound like.
I took the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in front of the Bentley, in front of the driver.
So this is what the first reverb is doing. The second one is going to be more full and wide. So this is what I was noticing in Young Thug's vocals. So now I'm gonna play it.
I took the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in front of the Bentley, in front of the driver.
So that's what it sounds like. There's two different reverbs going on. There's one that's high cut, and there's actually one that's kind of wide and full. Now the ad-libs. So honestly, really with the ad-libs, you just want to right click, go to file, save mixer track state as, and drag it onto next insert where your ad-libs are routed to. So with your ad-libs, what's going to be different is the amount of reverb that's in it. So all we're going to have is just one reverb. You don't need to use two because we're just going to flood out this vocal with reverb. Now, if we go to the very beginning of Young Thug's verse, right here, there's actually just some short ad-libs going on. Now, this was going to sound like.
Cash, money, checks, cash, Eddie, Birkin, brand new standards.
So, what you want to do is just have these settings. These settings are very important to get that same quality as Young Thug in the very beginning of his verse. What's important to note is the size of the room is not all the way full and wide. It's almost as if it's in a different room or different dimension in space. So that's the reason why the size of it is set at around 41. The bass, I kept it around 88. And all these other settings, like I said, will kill a lot of time to go through it. But just to give you guys a general idea, this is what it sounds like and looks like. Now I'm going to play the vocal with the instrumental and also with the master channel. With the master channel, we're going to have the Fruity Convolver, and we're just going to have a Fruity Soft Clipper. For you guys, I know you know that there's Maximus on here, which doesn't really need to be used. Fruity Soft Clipper and the Convolver just do the job for you. So I'm going to play the vocals and the beat together.
Eddie, Birkin, brand new standards.
So right there, that's where you hear the ad-libs. Now we're gonna actually move into the actual lead vocal in the main part.
I took the Bentley coupe back, then I hopped in the car. I put that in front of the Bentley, in front of the driver. I managed that a weed you can't smoke in the rush.
So yeah, that's pretty much how I got the quality of Young Thug's vocals in his song Hot featuring Gunna. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. If you need your song mixed and mastered, just go to bluenovabeats.com. Go to the contact form on the very bottom of the page, and you can send me an email through there. If you need any beats, just go to the store on the main page and find any beat you want. The vocal preset is there with my raw vocals for you guys to play with and experiment with, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.
Cartier eyes, Cartier go, Cartier the watch, Cartier love, Cartier the thought.